It's the Wildcard Podcast. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the OnWeb Studios in Phoenix, Arizona. My name's James Mackey. This is episode 8 of the Wildcard Podcast, alongside Kurt Arnold, Preston Grace, and Jason Cousineau. Today we have a very centered show. I think we have a good little lineup here. Last week was the NFL Draft, just after we finished recording. A couple of really surprising picks, I think.
Our predictions were very wrong.
A lot of good first-round trades, I think, personally. Bryce Young goes first overall to the Panthers.
Shocker.
Which,
talk about Will Levis, dude.
Yeah, fell out of the first round.
We were saying he's going to be first overall pick, and he was a second-round pick. That's crazy.
Bears draft an offensive lineman after trading down a pick for some reason. Not sure why they did that. Lions trade DeAndre Swift to the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. That's a big
Eagles went crazy.
They did.
That switch between the
Dogs,
Bears and the Eagles was the reason we got
Bulldogs.
Jalen Carter. Ooh.
Yeah, because you did trade up at the start of the fourth round. Yeah, you did. That's right. I forgot about that.
So that's huge.
Sheesh. And then we got NBA basketball towards the end with a little bit of MLB mixed in the middle, because who doesn't like MLB mixed in the middle of everything else? Because it's center time.
And there's going to be a time in the world where it's just going to be baseball on. And that'll be
Anthony Richardson went fourth.
Yeah, AR-15.
Oh, my God.
New
What?
Colts
I did not even know that.
His little brother has like the deepest voice I've ever heard in my life.
Did you see him get an
13-year-old brother.
It sounded fake. It
sounded like he was like
13,
20.
and I was like, wow.
Paris Johnson goes 6 to the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
That
Some
trade
protection.
was...
Not the pick everyone wanted, but it's the pick that we needed.
Bijan goes 8 to the Falcons. Darnell Wright goes 10 to the Bears. It's kind of...
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
He fell, man.
Yeah, he fell to the Seahawks mid-round.
But, man, talk about a good receiving core.
They kind of killed it.
And
Love
I
that
think
guy,
the
huh, Jay?
Seahawks definitely reached on Devon Witherspoon. I know he's great. He's a great corner, but they definitely reached on that.
The Cowboys got really good. Mozzie Smith is a super good interior or exterior defensive lineman. That was a good pick. Obviously, I'm a Michigan fan, and I kind of have my own quips about him, but he was good. Brian Breesy, the end of the first round to the Saints. Good for him.
He deserved that.
It was a good little draft. I'm gonna see if I can find info on all the trades that happened. But what pick surprised you the most? Whether first round, whether 8th round, just kidding, 7th round.
Bijan Robinson went to the Falcons. That was why did they do that? How and why?
That and Jahmyr Gibbs. I'd seen it now because they traded Swift to the Eagles. It makes a little more sense, but at the time, drafting him 12th, I was shocked by the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I wasn't
And Jack
sure
Campbell.
about that. Especially because they have what? Jamal Williams and who they just get from the Bears?
Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery.
Yeah, they just signed Montgomery. That's why it was so weird.
Yeah, that's already a serviceable backfield. I think you should, maybe do another first pick. But I think they had a very good draft otherwise.
David Montgomery.
They got Jack Campbell, who's crazy. Like they're saying he's just a corn-fed Midwestern dude.
That's what they said about Zaven Collins.
That's the age-old question, isn't it?
Who's the quarterback?
It was Desmond Ritter towards the end of the season.
It's going to be Desmond.
Oh, I forgot about Desmond Ritter.
Because Marcus...
They didn't draft anyone, did they?
No.
No.
I thought
Why
they picked
not?
someone up in free agency. It wasn't Baker Mayfield because he went to the Bucs.
He's the Buck. They got rid of Mariota.
I got to look that up.
Yeah, he left.
He's
That's true.
He's Eagles' backup, actually, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they could have gotten
Mariota
Mariota.
is?
I think that's who picked him up.
That's interesting that they don't go with the quarterback.
It kind of, it kind of makes sense. Like, you can look at their roster; they're kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, and you can't.
Oh, they got Taylor Heineke.
The chances of getting
that's
a franchise quarterback
What
at
a
8
what a
is
dog.
That Will Levis, man, could have went 8 to the Falcons, but they apparently didn't feel like they need. Well, they drafted Desmond Ritter,
Is he
last
even
year?
going to start?
Third round,
Is he going to start for
They drafted him
Tennessee?
last year. They didn't want him again. Who?
They
Will
got a
Levis?
battle. They got a battle.
Way, right?
You draft him 2nd round. Who's their other Malik
Willis and Tannehill. And I think
Ryan Tannehill's
they're done
retiring.
with the
He's
Tannehill
basically a
age.
first rounder.
Exactly.
If you don't,
So it's
I mean,
going to be
depends who
between
you ask.
it's going to be between Malik and Will.
Where did Hendon Hooker go?
The Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, that was such a great pick in,
Really?
like the 5th or 4th round.
The Seahawks really beefed up Zach Charbonnet at 52 in the 2nd round.
I thought he went a little early, but I might just be a hater.
Luke Schoonmaker out of Michigan to Dallas, 58. There's a couple of really good picks in here.
You're just looking at Michigan players that got drafted.
No, I'm just looking at I'm literally just going round by round.
I didn't know. I forgot. Did Denver give up first-round picks for Sean Payton?
They still are out from the Russ trade, I think.
And the Sean
Payton.
Payton
Yeah.
They gave up
They had
picks
nothing.
for him, right?
They got 2 firsts for a head coach.
Where were those picks at? Do you know?
Like, I think in the next 4 years.
Oh, okay. That's so crazy.
They don't have a first-round pick for the next maybe.
Yeah. Their first
6
pick
years.
was 63.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can get to what I was reading about the Russ trade.
I think the Cardinals low-key at the time, I really wanted Will at 3 because I feel like
did.
every Cardinals fan's like, oh, we need D-line. And we really do. But
We just
I think
everyone wanted a future beast at
the best
left
defensive
end.
player we've seen in college for the past 2 years, Will. But I definitely think that trade with the Texans was low-key a steal. We have another first-round pick next year, and
If the Texans-
we might be awful next year
If
too.
the Texans
so.
do bad, we could possibly have 2 top 5 picks.
And God forbid Kyler just isn't it. Come this time, or come a couple months from the end of the season, Caleb
be.
Williams will be there.
Give me Drake
We got
May.
Marvin Harrison. We got Drake May. There's a lot
Bo
of
Nix.
potential
Bo
QB
Pick.
prospects.
He better be it, though, because, I mean, we
just paid him.
drafted Paris Johnson for him, too. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
can't even see
But
over.
then,
Cardinals
yeah,
are
we could
good.
use Paris Johnson for any
He
quarterback.
can't see over
Still.
any offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
surprised?
He could see over Rodney Hudson.
That's why he runs so fast.
Okay, kid,
Uh-oh.
stealing candy. The Broncos trade for the Broncos trade with the Seahawks for Russell Wilson. They got Russell Wilson and Ioma Uwazurike at the 2022 fourth. The Seahawks got Charles Cross, Devin Witherspoon,
Noah Fant.
Boy Mafe, Derek Hall, Tyreek Smith, Noah Fant, Shelby Harrison, Drew Lock. So who won that trade?
Considering how bad Russell Wilson was last
Yeah,
season,
it's
as of
still
now,
the
you got to say
Seahawks.
the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I
Still depends,
hate to
though.
say that. I hate the Seahawks.
Russ could go off next year with Sean Payton. We never know.
The head coach is
Could
actually
go
competent.
Yeah.
It's always a possibility.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
what's his name again? Hackett. He's a good
Nathaniel.
OC. That's about it.
That's why he's with the Jets now
Yeah.
to do that.
He's the reason why Rodgers is there, so I don't want to say he's bad.
I'm not going to say he's bad either.
Head coach-wise, yeah, I don't know.
He shouldn't have been there. I mean, that's kind of how
A
it
head
goes.
coach can only do so much with the
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
team he's
Russ just
got.
had a shit year. Like, there's also that.
and their
Yeah.
wide receivers kept getting injured. Javonte Williams tore his ACL. Just nothing went right. for the
Yeah,
Broncos.
Yeah, that was
killed
early,
Williams
too,
getting
right?
hurt.
I think that was week 2 that
was.
happened.
Yeah.
Here's another good one. Was Stetson Bennett overdrafted?
I think people were overhating him, to be
I
honest.
feel like
When was he drafted?
You said round
Third.
5. He was drafted in round 4.
he was 4. I think the Rams sort of reach. You can say you have. There's both sides, I guess, because he's been established in college. He's for the past 2 years back-to-back natty. Anybody on that Georgia team, I feel like every scout is somewhat has to look at them.
That's only because you got half of them.
I think he's a good
That's
backup.
you only say that because you got half of them.
Well, yeah, but I do think that the age does play a factor. He's already older than half of the quarterbacks in the NFL, and he just is now going to the top league. There's going to be a learning curve. But the one good thing is if Stafford does get hurt, I do like having Stetson, who is a great pocket passer, could fit well in McVay's system with Cooper and Robinson and whoever Higbee, and he's in his physical prime right now. So if he does get in,
National champion.
right away, he could make some noise for the Rams.
I think he'd be maybe even a career backup, too. I don't think he's not a franchise quarterback, but I mean, I could see him backing people up for a few years and maybe getting a shot. But if not, definitely at least staying in the league under somebody.
I think he's better than a Chase Daniel.
And Stafford was dealing with
Yeah.
that shoulder injury all of last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was
He was retired, didn't
And
he?
even during the Super Bowl
Yeah.
when they won, he was dealing with it.
We kind of talked a little bit last week about what we thought the Packers could maybe do in the first round. Your boy, Jason, Sean Clifford goes
in the
149.
5th. I know. I was
Packers.
shocked. I thought he was going to go either undrafted or 6, 7.
A couple picks before him. DTR goes to the Browns at 140. That's a pretty good pick,
I
too.
think
I thought that's who
he
the
was decent.
Cardinals were going to get, but they
I
went
think
with
that's
the key.
sleeper QB of the year.
DTR.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He's a
They went with Toon right before him, the
Clayton
pick
Tune.
before him, and I was
It's a little questionable.
I thought it was. I thought DTR
He
was
was getting a little
established.
bit of hype. Tune. He was getting a hype before the draft, so I wasn't. He's just a backup.
Exactly.
Can't be mad.
Into the 4th round, the Bears draft the receiver let me find him again. In Tyler Scott out of Cincinnati. He was a good. Again, they had a really good offense, I think Cincinnati had. But that was under their head coach, who's now in Wisconsin. So we'll see how this goes. He was originally projected to go between round 2 and 3, according to NFL.com, and his NFL comparison would be T.Y. Hilton. However, just looking at kind of the stuff here, he needs sharpening as a route runner, needs to work back to the throw more consistently, and has trouble fighting through physical coverage, which we all know that the Packers probably have one of the best secondaries in the league.
Sounds like he'll be a punt returner his first year.
Sounds like he'll be a punt returner his
I think
first year.
the shock of this draft, or I think the thing I was so happy about was there were 3 punters drafted. 2 in the 6th round and then 1 in the last round. I was just like, wow.
Number 99 overall, bro.
Yeah, and
Jake Moody to the Seahawks.
Jake
the Niners
Moody.
drafted kicker.
Yeah.
Jake Moody. That was who. It wasn't the Seahawks. It was the
Packers.
Niners.
And
the
the
Packers
also
drafted a kicker too, the dude from Auburn.
Jake Moody, baby. Jake Moody was so good in college. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's like
He
favoritism.
was.
I know.
He was.
That's just seeing a kicker drafted is so odd to me. It's just so weird.
The next Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, it's so weird to think that teams were like, "Oh, we have this pick, kicker, just draft him."
But if it's an important position, it's probably other than quarterback, like
Ronnie
the
Bell
most important.
went almost.
I didn't mention, but we don't have Chance here today. But it would have been interesting to get his ideas on KJ Henry out of Clemson in the 5th round. I'm sure he would have been semi on him. I don't know how he feels. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about their defense, but I think KJ Henry and
Miles Murphy.
that was a steal. I think for
he dropped.
the Commanders to go that late.
Yeah.
And Clemson's always had such a dominant defensive line presence, especially with Brissy, Murphy, and Henry. Yeah. To get him in the 5th round, I think
your boy Joey Porter.
Joey Porter, he should have been first round. Should have been first round.
The Cardinals had like two chances to grab him, and they grabbed that one 5'10" guy. I think from. Let me look.
Joey Porter. No, are you thinking of Keeley or
Garrett Williams?
Oh yeah, the receiver or the
Syracuse.
Syracuse guy. I thought they were gonna go Keeley there. I thought Keeley Ringo had the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people had Keeley going some first round, mostly second. Once again, another bulldog to the Eagles, which is just becoming a path line, I guess, from Georgia to Philly. But I don't know. He is handsy. He does get a lot of PIs, but I mean,
He's a good character guy too. Which
he's
is good.
big. He's fast. He's very physical with his hands. He's not afraid to press anybody. I do think he'll be a great, especially slot corner to start.
Yeah.
Now that he's 3rd in Philly behind Slay and Bradbury, he'll be locking up people. I think it'd be interesting if the Eagles play the Seahawks. I would love to see Keeley on Jackson Smith-Njigba the whole game.
Ooh.
That would be such a good matchup in my eyes.
Kind of looking through it now, some of these 7th round picks. First of all, there was 42 picks in the 2nd round, which I don't know if that's. I don't think that's normal, is it?
No, there were a
42.
ton. Yeah.
There
were only 31 in the first round. I forgot.
There was 41 the entire draft, so that might have been where the extra 10 came from. Yep, probably. Max Duggan goes late 7th round to the Chargers. Don't ever know if he'll
with
see
his
time.
boy, with his receiver Quentin.
Ronnie Bell goes late 7th round to the Niners. Their receiving core? I mean, they got
Ayuk, Debo, Ronnie, Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, we'll see what he does. He'll be those guys that are the super late kind of round guys will be super interesting to keep an eye on just as the year goes, and it'll be interesting to see how many of them make it out of camp. Frankly, to see what they do even in the free season is going to be fun to watch. I don't really know what it'll end up of it. Preston, how do you feel about Clayton Tune? Do you wish it was DTR?
I do, but I don't mind Clayton Tune up. He's got a good last name. You can make a lot of memes from that.
Dad jokes.
Tune up.
Yeah.
Gotta love the dad jokes.
We needed a backup quarterback. We all knew we were going to draft one. I wish it was Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but I'll take it Clayton Tune.
It's just tough to see DTR go off the board right after that. You know?
Was.
Browns.
It really was.
I know he doesn't want to go to Cleveland. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland.
Nope.
He can back up his boy Deshaun.
And,
Well, barring any big
The 26
Joshua
big
Massachusetts.
decisions out of nowhere, he may get the starting job though. We don't know.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting offseason. I'm really excited. Where there's still gonna be a ton of trades, ton of signings, a ton of people that haven't retired that are old. Like the Eagles, they signed like Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. Like after that one loss, those are two old D tackles, D ends. And we obviously saw how big of a need D-line was in the draft for almost every team. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more to come in this NFL season. It's going to be pretty open.
What division do you think is going to be the toughest? to
AFC
get through?
East.
AFC East.
I was just looking at that too.
I think right away that's
NFC South will be competitive, but
easiest.
like it'll be easy, but it'll still be competitive.
It'll be the most-
Well, we all know how good the Bills have been, right? But then you look at, the Dolphins. If Tua stays healthy, if he comes
stays
back,
healthy, yeah.
and then you got the free agency moves that the Patriots have made. Juju, Mike Gesicki, those are two
I
good.
think he's a dog.
Jabril Peppers is a solid, lockdown in the
Plays nickel,
defensive
corner,
core.
safety. You can do a lot.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, obviously, with the Jets, Randall Cobb, Mecole Hardman, Alan Lazard. I didn't know they got Mecole Hardman. Sheesh. Alan Lazard, they got a good offensive core. Like that's a tough little break right there. It's a tough bracket. Honorable mention, I think, definitely goes to the Ravens, though. Lamar and Odell, and Nelson Aguilar.
They got Zay Flowers, that
Zay
dude
Flowers.
from Boston College, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to be
I don't
great.
think that's not a championship team though.
I don't think it is this year,
I don't see
and
it.
especially because the Bengals are still super loaded, and the Steelers are making moves. You got
The Chiefs.
the
also.
Browns are always, you can't call them out. But the AFC is going to be tough in any division, really.
Absolutely.
Even the South. I mean, you got Tennessee trying to get back, but now it's ran by
Even Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. They got Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
That'll beef up their offense. That might
Jaguars are
be
going to
scary.
be scary.
Why am I just not finding out that Allen Robinson's a Steeler? I did not have any idea that. Oh, because it probably happened during the draft.
Yeah, they made a bunch of.
Houston
Dang,
could be
bunch of
turning around
moves.
too. You never know. I mean, that might take a few years, but
Stroud and Anderson.
I mean, yeah, you
Patrick
could just,
Peterson
happened
is a
there.
Steeler.
they made some moves.
whatever.
Pittsburgh was a
He's-
little sleeper this.
he said he wanted to go to
offseason.
a contender and then goes to Pittsburgh. So that's on him.
Yeah, well.
I just worried that the Bills didn't do enough in the draft, but I mean, they're always at such a high pick, and unless they had to
Yeah.
trade or anything, but
13-3. What are you
I
gonna
don't
do?
think their receivers are good enough. Yeah, Diggs is amazing, but they need another.
although they
Yeah,
did lose,
What's the Gabe Davis isn't bad.
He's not bad, but I don't think he's better than any other team's second option.
yeah,
No, you're right. I mean, especially the Bills are. Although the weather's
better than
ass,
T.
they're definitely
Higgins.
a
Not
target.
better than T. Higgins. He's not better than Jalen Waddle. Like all these.
but he is
super good number
he is
two
a pretty
options.
good.
Wait, Jalen Waddle's
second
one of the
option.
fastest guys in the NFL,
Yeah.
behind his number one receiver, Tyreek Hill.
It's kind of funny that last week, I think it was, we were talking about backup quarterbacks, and Blaine Gabbert goes to the Chiefs after,
The GOAT,
what's his name, retired?
Henny.
Chad
Chad Henne retires,
Yeah, he probably-
and Blaine Gabbert goes there.
At least he knows what his job is.
Brian Hoyer's the backup for Jimmy G in Vegas. That's pretty interesting to see.
I thought they would go quarterback.
The Colts signed Gardner Minshew.
Really?
Ooh, maybe a little QB battle in Indianapolis. Gardner versus AR.
I've always wanted to see Gardner get a starting spot.
Me too.
I would love to.
It's
He's
been
a
so sad
maniac.
that he's been behind Jalen. I mean, because Jalen's not going to get off the field in Philly.
Yeah.
That's like their crown token right now. But when he came in, he had that one game, and then he put up 40 against the Packers, right? Didn't he have to come in that game
Gardner?
against?
He
against
balled out
Jordan
in one of
Love?
the games he came into.
Yeah, it was Jordan Love versus Gardner. That was a great game.
Wasn't it at Lambeau Field too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Jordan's coming out game. He killed it.
Eagles, Jalen Hurts re-signs in a 5-year, $255 million extension. Marcus Mariota 1 year. Rashad Penny, Boston Scott, DeAndre Swift. You got 3 running backs just right there, just in free agency or trade.
Rashad Penny's going to be nice.
So that'll be nice.
San Diego State boy.
If he stays healthy, he's such a head down runner, just north south. I love it.
I get that this list goes from like quarterback down, but the first two on the free agency tracker on NFL.com on the Bears list, quarterback Nathan Peterman and quarterback P.J. Walker signed with the Bears.
Got
Who?
Nathan Peterman.
Who?
The Bears.
Yeah.
Didn't they have him last
Brought
year?
him back,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Deonta Freeman. Deontay? How do you say it? I don't remember how to say his name. He used to play for the
I think it's just Dante.
he used to play for the Falcons, didn't he?
Deontay Foreman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers.
It was
Go
Panthers.
to
Yeah.
He was on my fantasy team.
He killed it after
Great.
they traded McCaffrey.
Robert Tonyan, that's a good tight end lockdown right there, I think. And then obviously the Lions got better. Which do you think that Jared Goff finds his stride with the Lions this year? Is this the year?
Did he not find it last year?
You think he comes back and he's hot?
Well,
It's-
They got a good defense now.
It sucks because Jameson Williams is out for half the year because
They
he
have
was
Hendon Hooker. He
gambling.
does shit.
They still
so.
got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And
They got
Amon
to
Ross.
kind of count.
CJ Gardner Johnson, CJ Gardner.
Kind of counting on Jahmyr Gibbs to be.
And
the next guy.
they drafted that safety out of Bama too after they
Yeah, I want to say
Brian Branch. They have
Branch.
him and CJ to be the starting safeties. That's a nice two safety punch. That's what I used to love about Buddha and Jalen.
They got rid of Okuda, which was kind of questionable to me.
Yeah, I was just thinking that he's part of the Falcons now. Well, they got a little way to go. They got a good defense though. Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell, Jeff Okuda, just all on their list of players they got. Plus, they got who was it in the first round?
Bijan,
Yeah, a good running back
best
there.
running back
Still
in the
got Grady
class.
Jarrett.
Still looking for a quarterback, but those are easy to find.
Yeah,
Yeah, hasn't
I
been
want to
throw the
see
damn
Desmond succeed. I really do, but I don't know.
They should have taken Jalen Carter. It would have been. It would just.
That's
made
who
so
I
much-
thought they were going to take
would make
at
so much
8,
sense.
and I thought the Eagles were going to go Bijan at 9. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's what a lot of mock drafts had. Nope, they went Bijan at.
yeah, it was a shocker.
So I'm gonna come back to the Panthers as I'm scrolling down here. But the Saints, Derek Carr, Jameis Winston resigns, Michael Thomas resigns, the Bucks, Baker Mayfield, NFC West, Cardinals, David Blau comes back, Jeff Driscoll, Kelvin Beacham's back. There's a lot of teams on here that kind of beefed up and re-upped teams. Sam Darnold gets a gig in San Fran behind who knows how the quarterback
Behind
room
Brock.
shapes out there. But Carolina drafts Bryce Young first overall after trading away DJ Moore to the Bears. They bring in Miles Sanders, Demir Bird, DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst, all as receivers / tight ends.
They drafted
They beefed up
the
their
Ole
offense.
Miss
Good.
receiver too, Jonathan Mingo.
Damn, they
so
beefed up.
they're giving Bryce options that you got to do.
I don't know who it was that said that that's their pick to win the NFC South, but I think you might not be wrong about that one. That's a scary team.
I just
Looks
worry that the
long.
Saints are too. They've been there before. They have veterans. They got Carr.
Yeah, I think Derek Carr's a
They
different
always have a
quarterback
great
than-
defense. Is Michael Thomas gonna play a whole year?
That's a good question.
Alvin
Lord
Kamara,
only knows.
if he gets suspended, who knows?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a toss up. I like the NFC South. I really do think the Panthers can make some noise. I think the Bucks can make some noise with Baker. They still have a great defense as
Mm-hmm.
well. It's just that's who my pick is. I do want to see Baker succeed.
I said that last year.
I want to see the Bucks win that.
I think that'll be good for him. I've always liked Baker.
Preston knows I said that last year.
Cleveland.
Yep, you did.
I do think he got it unfair. I mean, they had a bad year, but they got rid of him so quick as soon as they
Yeah.
knew that they had a chance at Deshaun.
But look at what he did with the Rams when he came in.
Yeah, it's tough. But
How long was he a Panther for? That was like a really short time,
Like,
wasn't it?
Less than 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it was about to say
half
that.
Maybe
a year.
exactly 4
He
weeks.
wasn't good with them though. The Cardinals whooped his ass. If that
Yeah.
says anything.
yeah, the fact that lets you know.
that
lets you know.
4-13, baby.
Last year.
We're going to move on to the MLB now before we get into the NBA. A couple things. First of all, Colin Holderman of the Pirates threw an immaculate inning. That's hard to do.
Yeah, that
See
was
that
today.
often.
First
Wasn't
one of the year.
Verlander comes back, had a bad first inning, but the Mets couldn't back him up. They did bad. The Rays have lost only 6 ball games.
The Mets stink, dude.
The White Sox blew a chance at a series sweep against the Twins today. Liam Hendricks came back after beating cancer, which
There we go.
congratulations to you for that. That's
Kudos
huge.
to that. That's awesome.
Matt
Not
Nervis
that.
gets a call up for the Cubs. Their offense just got a whole lot better, and so did their infield. This is
Dansby's been great.
Vincent Velasquez is dealing for the Pirates too. That's pretty upsetting for me.
Yeah, what a surprise from the Pirates.
Yeah. Oakland's only won 6 games. It's
Wow.
D-backs, I was going to say, still hanging on to second place, luckily.
I think we're a game behind.
Game and a half, I think.
No,
It's a game now.
It's a game and a half.
Well,
It's a game and a half?
Dodgers are 19 and
Dodgers
13.
We're
We're 17 and 14. But I don't even care about that. Dodgers are probably going to remain at 1 because they're the
For like
Dodgers.
the next 10 years.
You just have
Yeah,
everybody.
but they're always choking the
Moneyball.
playoffs, so it's all good, It's all good.
Oh, you want to talk about the Diamondbacks? We can talk about Brandon Pfaadt yesterday and how they failed
what a
to back him up.
debut!
Did we win
What
the
a
game?
debut.
Okay,
James?
let's be honest.
I'm not. I said they failed to back him up.
Did
at the
we
beginning.
win the
Let's
game?
be honest. It's a rookie pitcher making his debut against a beast Rangers lineup.
And did
Yeah.
we win the
And he
game?
gave up what, 4 runs, 5 runs,
7.
7,
Was that last homer?
and the ball flies in that new Globe Life. What do you call it? Globe Life
Globe Life
Stadium.
Field.
All I'm saying is
I'm saying don't panic it. He's going to be a good ass pitcher. Brandon Pfaadt. I think
we won the game.
Yeah,
12,
Christian Walker
12-7.
had
That's all I
2
gotta say.
bombs.
we won the game.
Be interesting to see if the D-backs do anything this deadline with Christian Walker. They wanted to
Ooh,
last year.
we need a bullpen.
He's been killing it so far.
We need like 2 or 3 bullpen guys, maybe a starting pitcher, and we are set.
Chafin and Mantiply are the only
Chafin's been killing it.
he has been.
I'm loving
good.
his
That
He was good with
mustache.
Detroit,
He looks
man.
just relaxed up there. It's
He was
crazy.
so good with Detroit, and everyone was expecting him to go to contender, and he went to us. Little did they know we are a contender now. Ha ha!
Do they still have Melanson?
No, he's
I was gonna
on
say.
the injured list.
We have him. He's just
All-Stars.
he's
still
not
hurt.
he's not in. And even when he is, he did it so bad last year.
He was iffy
5
last
blown
year.
saves last year.
But it didn't even matter because like last year we were so bad he barely even got a chance to come in because when are we going to go into the end of a game winning?
That was a big thing that I thought about too.
Being the closing pitcher on a last place team is probably the worst job you can have in baseball.
Word.
Yeah.
Good thing Oakland has a horrible bullpen.
Yeah. Just have a horrible team in general.
Yeah. Preston, you mentioned before the show that we're going to talk about the power rankings, but I want to get to this one first. Corbin Carroll 1 rookies. Gunnar Henderson 2.
Dude, no.
Really?
Gunner's
Brett
been
Beatty
bad.
4.
Not Yoshida with the
Masataka Yoshida 6. Previous ranking
6?
5. He dropped. Kodai Senga 7. James Outman with the Dodgers 8.
8?
He's below Gunner.
I think
Both of
Outman
them?
should be top
Volpe
3.
10. Volpe
Yeah.
dropped.
Yeah, at least we know who belongs at number 1, and that's our
I
boy
think
Corbin Carroll.
It goes Corbin, Jung,
Yoshida.
Masataka,
He's batting like 350.
Outman, and gosh, who was that last name? I don't know. I don't think Gunner's definitely not Gunner.
I don't.
Should
Number
not
2
be
is
2.
kind of insane if you ask me.
He's been awful.
All the
this
Rangers fans
year.
last night when he hit a home run off us, they were trying to say like he's better than number 5. And I was like, didn't he literally win Rookie of the Year last year?
Who?
Josh Jung, whatever, Young.
No, it was
It was Michael Harris.
Michael
He
Harris.
played like
He
a
was-
decent
he was
amount of the
NL,
year
that's
last
NL.
year.
Adley Rutschman.
Yeah,
Adley.
it was. But I could. Oh, that was one of the comments they were saying like that was the Rangers Rookie of the Year. But I don't know. He played a decent amount.
I thought it was
time
Julio. I
last
thought it
year.
was.
Oh, it was.
No, I know he
Julio,
wasn't. He
yeah.
didn't win the award, but he was obviously the Rangers' best rookie. But I don't know.
It's exciting. It's so fast, dude. Corbin is so fast. I was watching.
He's been out. Is he even back in?
Yeah, he played yesterday. I think
Okay,
he pinch
good.
hit
I
yesterday.
was watching that video of him running behind
yeah,
somebody
it was
at
Perdomo.
third.
Peraldo,
yeah, and
Perdomo.
he's just skipping as Perdomo's like sprinting.
He almost caught up.
He was like right behind him.
I was at a game in person not too long ago, and he hit a single out. I want to say it was a single that was misfielded, and he turned it into a triple. And I was like,
triple.
all right, well,
He's
yes, he
got
just did that, so that's good.
killer. He reminds me of a young Trey.
Remember all the people that didn't know who Corbin Carroll was when we gave him that big 11-year contract? Like,
Yeah,
what are you
last
doing?
year when they called him up, what
What
do
are
you think
you
you're
doing?
doing? That's stupid.
Why are you paying someone who has 30 games in MLB and
fastest
11
guy in
year
baseball.
88 million? No.
Because he's a beast. That's why.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... That'll be fun to watch. He's been good to watch so far this year, but I'm sure as he gets better and older, he'll be even more fun to watch. He'll age.
Because he still has a lot of work to do at the plate. Like he barely struck out in the minor leagues, and he already, I think, leads the team in strikeouts. But that's
Yeah.
obviously gonna, because as much as he, leads the team in strikeouts,
that
I
learning
think
curve.
he leads the team in every other, offensive category.
Hits.
Basically,
Mhm.
at least him and Gurriel probably. So
Lourdes has been an amazing
Great trade.
acquisition.
And Gabriel
He's got a lot to
Moreno.
prove.
Oh my
Lourdes has a
gosh,
lot to
he's
prove.
been killing it with the
because like
bats.
Moreno doesn't catch Gallen, which I think they need to definitely fix that.
Moreno caught Gallen last game.
Oh, I thought at least 2 games ago they didn't, and
It's
I
'cause
know they were
Gallen-
talking about something.
Gallen liked pitching to Carson Kelly.
He does. That's his boy. They were
Well, yeah, but then
roommates.
who's the third catcher? I know
Jose Herrera.
Yeah, Herrera. That's who caught him 2 games ago, and they were saying something about that's who's been catching him like a few games before, I thought. But yeah, no, I like Verena or whatever you said.
Look, here's what I know. Okay, this is that every pitcher has like a catcher preference.
The battery is what they call it.
Yeah, like Giolito only pitches to Sebi when before it was James McCann, and they threw a no-hitter. So clearly something worked there. It's dependent on which pitcher likes which catcher.
I think that might change now with the pitch
That is
comm.
true.
I do.
Yeah.
Because now the pitchers are calling their own signs.
Very much,
so
yeah.
You just throw to whoever.
You can just put in whatever lineup you think is going to
You
match that
still
day.
want a guy that you trust behind the plate. Like,
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Can I
But
spike
most of
this
these, I mean,
changeup?
they're in the MLB for the reason. Most of these guys can.
Yeah.
I mean, a good catcher though is rare these days.
Hard to find.
Yeah.
Hard
a
to
good catcher that
find.
can also hit is like,
Difficult.
it's difficult, but if you get that, that's like you're going to win a lot of games.
Hey, Yals can have a 8.893 OPS, and it's all walks, but you ask him to swing the bat,
That's why
192.
I'll never ever forgive the Phillies if they get rid of JT. He's so
both.
good at everything that I'm so glad they have him.
That's the NL East, but in the AL East, this is probably the weirdest freaking division in baseball. 26-6 the Rays, 20-10 the Orioles, 18-13 Toronto, 18-14 Boston, and 17.
The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose.
That's the Yankees.
Their last place
honestly,
above 500 though, which is pretty crazy.
That's the whole thing is like the White Sox are 10-21. They're fourth under 500. Oakland is so far under 500, it's not even funny. Seattle is 2 games under 500. They're fourth. It's just the AL East is just so freaking stacked this year that it's ridiculous. But Toronto, I mean, I wasn't expecting Vladdy to settle into his stride when he did after he got hurt in the WBC, but he came in and he was ready to swing the bat for them, so they got lucky there. And I feel like Bo Bichette's kind of having a good year.
I love that team.
I got a question.
I've
for
always
all you
loved
guys.
that team. Robbie
I got a
Ray.
question
Oh, no,
for
Robbie
you.
Ray's in Seattle. Never
Are
mind.
you taking Vladimir Guerrero Jr. or Juan Soto?
For what?
Right now,
Like a game winner?
Right now,
Building your team
Vladdy.
around him.
Right now, Vladdy, just because Juan
Vlad.
Soto's shitting the bed right now.
It's
I would play.
just get the best first baseman.
I said he was
Or-
overhyped. Okay. I didn't really mean
it
it.
doesn't mean he's done.
And
I'm
it
just
didn't
saying.
go over well. But I would build a team around Juan Soto.
Okay. Here's
Vladdy's
another
got them jeans.
He's just not
man.
swinging at his
Vladdy's got
pitches
the
right now.
jeans.
one. Are you taking
Juan?
Soto, yeah.
Juan Soto or Julio Rodriguez?
J-Rod.
Julio easily. I think
Yeah,
he's going to be
sure.
the face.
I don't think that's a question.
I feel like he's going to be the face of the league. The new
I was
Trout
talking
in,
to
in a decade.
Yeah, I was talking to my father about Juan Soto. He says he doesn't consider Juan Soto elite anymore, and I might have to agree with him.
I mean, it is tough because he has World Series experience already.
He has a ring.
But
He won
World Series
them the ring.
experience.
His
Yeah, you're
playoffs
sorry.
last year,
But I'm saying, like, I don't know.
he was not.
He definitely needs to get out of this slump. But just because he's having a bad start doesn't mean he's not an all-star anymore necessarily. But
His fielding
And
was
he'll
poor.
get there though. Like it's
fielding's
still,
he's never been.
He's still a terrific player, but I don't think I can call him an elite player anymore.
I mean, look, we talked about it last show. Like clearly they have probably the best team in baseball on paper. Right.
Up there,
Braves
definitely
are
up
up
there. It's
Definitely
top
right. I would
4.
say top
That's tough because
5.
even say I would even put the Cardinals up there on paper. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
know that's
saying
a
that
crazy thing to say,
No,
but
that's- you're not
they're
wrong.
horrible. Well, I mean, their pitching could be better, but yeah, they're fucking 10-20.
Goalie pulls ahead. I was wherever it is. They're good. They got William
I love
Contreras
Goalie.
behind
I
the
miss him
plate.
so much.
Or no, they got Wilson.
The
Brewers have
older
William.
brother.
I think Soto's.
Wayno's still there, right?
Wait, that's the problem is he's their
Wayno's
ace.
still there. Yeah.
Well, he's
Or
been-
no, Sorry, Jack Flaherty.
he's
But
been
then
hurt
like,
all year.
He was getting hit up today. Flaherty. The Angels won like.
Yeah,
12-7.
Flaherty's not on.
Dylan
It's
Cease got
consistent.
punked yesterday. I don't know what's happening this year though.
Gallen finally got hit around
His
a
scoreless
slight,
streak's
Yeah.
over.
but not even hit around. Like he
but
gave up 3.
3 runs. People were
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, he
that's
scuffled."
Well, that's hit around for Gallen.
a man
That's how
can't
good
Yeah.
give
he
up.
is.
I think he gave up 7 hits also, which was like, wow.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he's still having a Cy Young season. Hopefully, he
He's
can
the best
continue.
pitcher in the National League, at least.
Marcus Stroman 2-2.
'cause I know the ERAs were ridiculously low. Did they start to kind of correct themselves or?
Yeah, and he's leading. I think he's tied for the league in strikeouts.
I know some people have like below 1 ERAs. Wasn't that? Am I wrong there? Like Shohei Ohtani, basically, or no?
I'm sure Shohei has a
Shohei does.
sub 1
Garrett
ERA.
Cole has been.
Shohei threw 8
Garrett's
strikeouts
been
in
lights out.
3 innings the other day.
Crazy.
Garrett Cole's the only
That samurai hat in the dugout, so sick.
Yeah, how about that? Which home run celebration's the
Well,
best?
honestly, there's 2. I'm not saying every team should have a good one, but there's like too many now. Honestly, I mean, I like it, but like I feel like everyone's kind of starting to hop on.
The OG, the Boston
like-
Laundry Cart.
Yeah,
That'll forever be my favorite just because it's
It's
just
like
so cool.
Nationals now. They do a kind of one of those judge wigs. I know that. Angels do the samurai hat. You have
The White Sox do
Padres do the chain.
a sport coat and then like an old timey hat.
And then
Stupidest chain ever.
Blue Jays do the jacket. They were the first one to do the La Bamba jacket or whatever. I don't know. I think it's
jacket
cool.
last year they got rid of it now though.
Oh, really? And the stupid thing is the Braves, they had a big hat, but in the new era, I just saw something this morning about it. They went in and said no because, like,
Yeah, it was a
doesn't have-
hat that a fan gave them.
the big hat or whatever that's, like, sweeping every sport now. The new era was like, no, it doesn't have our logo, so.
In MLB right now, if you look at ERA leaders, 1, Sonny Gray, 2, Garrett Cole, 3, Justin Steele,
Sonny Gray, wow.
4, Bryce Elder, 5, Eduardo Rodriguez, 11, Marcus Stroman, and then 17, Zach Gallen, 18, Shohei Ohtani.
What's number 17?
Oh, so his ERA went up.
What's
17's 2.53,
2.53.
and Shohei's 2.54.
Who is anyone below a 1 right now?
Yeah,
Sonny?
Sonny Gray.
Yeah, he's
That's it.
How many innings?
4-0, 35 flat,
Wow.
12 walks, 41 strikeouts.
With
Ooh.
Minnesota.
What team is he?
Yeah.
Minnesota. That's crazy.
Shohei leads the league in strikeouts at 59. Gallen's right behind him at 57.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Our boy.
It's ridiculous, man. We're going to move on to now the NBA. We're still a little bit in the middle of the heat of the playoffs. It's the second round. Suns are down 2-0 ahead of tomorrow or Friday's match against the Nuggets at home. CP3 will be reevaluated. I believe it is Friday morning
I think they said he'll be back for like at most Game 6.
after a groin injury. Could they see Game 6? Will they see Game 6? Does
Yes.
it go to
I think
7?
so.
I think it'll go to 6 at least.
I don't think KD lets. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let this happen. Him and Book. There's
KD
just no
shot
way.
what, like 8 for 20-something, 27 last
Yeah.
game. He was
Yeah,
bad.
they got to be angry. I know Aiton. Well, I'm not even going to talk about Aiton.
needs
But like,
to be angry.
besides that, I'm just like, Book
Okay,
and
what
KD,
do you expect Aiton to do?
I'm not. That's what I said.
Rebound.
I don't expect him to do
Facts.
anything anymore.
Play
He got
defense
eight-
in
he
the
got 8
paint.
boards.
This is honestly like, well, I
Not
guess
play defense at the
I don't
3
know.
point
There's just
line all
things
the
he needs to
time.
do, and there's times in the game where he's just not present.
If you expect him to be able to hold Nikola Jokic under 35 points, you're just asking him too much.
No, it's not
He's
even
done
that.
it
It's
before.
not the stuff he's. It's just the stuff he doesn't do. Like not even necessarily defense wise. It's just. I mean, there also is stuff. There's times where Jokic is fighting for a board and Aiton's just. I mean, not even the video that's already out there circulating.
Yeah,
He does that
he's
all
like
the time.
just looking at
There's like last game that was from game 1. He did it again in game 2.
yeah.
But no, the game 2 it should be 1-1 right now. There's no because KD was basically a brick that whole game.
Yeah, he
And
was.
the Nuggets played like absolute garbage. You have Jamal. I mean, well,
He went 0 for 9 from deep.
Jokic had the quietest 40 piece I've ever seen in my life. And Jamal Murray scores 6 shooting what
Casual
over
40.
Yeah, he was
3?
0 for 9
Yeah.
from 3.
KCP hit
And we
like 4
we
big
can't just give a
threes.
game like that up. So I don't know. They just got to capitalize at home and hopefully go back to Denver for one and then go. What is it?
It would be
1-1.
2 Denver, 2 Phoenix, 1 Denver, 1 Phoenix, 1 Denver.
Yeah. So
2-2-1-1-1.
I see potentially winning the next 2, losing 1, and then we'll see Game 7. I don't know.
They're gonna have to win all of them at home.
I see
They're
a lot
gonna
of
have to win
have
everything
to
at
win
the
at
foot.
home.
Oh yeah,
They have to.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Is what I was gonna say.
A lot of Suns fans are pressing the panic button. I think.
Oh, yeah, I
think-
hate it. I hate
think
it.
they'll be
I
fine.
don't think you can panic yet. You got
Yeah.
Book, who was the All-NBA first team last year, best shooting guard in the league.
I think you can
no
say he's
doubt.
a top 10 player now.
You got Kevin Durant who could turn it on any second. DA who can turn it on at any second. We've just been waiting patiently for 2 series, and
And the Nuggets they don't have the consistency.
Yeah.
Like
There's no Chris Paul.
Showed,
so what is Campaign and Saban Lee
I don't know.
gonna do?
Terrence Ross.
Terrence Ross
Book might
is
play
gonna
the
get
1.
minutes. I'm sure TJ Warren will probably get more minutes. They're gonna have to big line up it so they can
I was talking to my buddy
dominate in the
Horace,
paint.
saying with Booker, Kevin Durant on the court, you don't need another ball hand because Chris Paul's hurt. You don't really need another ball handler with those 2 on the court. If you can just surround those 2 with good scorers that can just score the ball.
Yeah, shooters.
Terrence is going to be shooting, man. I hope
Terrence-
Ross has like a 20
He's a
point
scorer.
game.
That's what he's in the NBA
Just a
for.
bucket.
I mean, he can kind of play defense.
And Campaign just needs
Oh,
time
he
to
needs to.
get comfortable again because
I was going to say he's been gone, and first game back was
1 for 6.
rough.
awful.
Very rough, but it's fine.
And now he
happens.
And
he
Damian
finally gets a
Lee's-
bunch of minutes right away. He
Damian
had
Lee stinks.
defensive minutes. He wasn't making any shots.
I think he played his last game as a Sun. I said that in the group
Yeah,
chat.
it's
I think Landry did as well. I think Landry's
I hope.
gonna.
Sham it.
He's
You
been
got
a
to play Shaman,
liability
but
this year.
He's too good not to.
TJ needs more
But
minutes.
so is Terrence Ross, and yet we don't
Ross.
play Ross,
Yeah,
and we don't play TJ Warren.
Darius Basley.
Baisley, who we haven't
Baisley,
we put him in one game when we.
Yeah,
played
Biombo's
the
been
Thunder.
doing not the best lately, and we need to.
Because he gets in foul trouble too quick, so then he starts playing soft because he don't want to get 4 fouls.
He's such a tank down low,
halftime.
though. I love him.
He is.
Realistically, who wins the Sixers and Celtics series?
I've been
And, well,
talk
it's
about
just-
this series.
Their
for hours.
Celtics are up 2-1, right?
1-1.
1-1. Oh, they crushed them.
Embiid needs
they
to
crushed him.
stop flopping. Oh my gosh, I've never seen in 2 games, I've never seen anybody in NBA history go down and hit the floor or fall or trip or land on someone more than I've seen Embiid these past 2 games. It's like he gets
Embiid
touched.
just won an MVP. by
He
the way.
just exactly, especially after you win your MVP, you think you'd want to be dominating. You want to show people you just won game 1 without him in Boston. Game 2, oh my gosh, he just got his MVP. Harden's playing lights out, and they get whooped by 30 plus.
Is he at 100%? You think? Or?
I don't think Embiid is.
No.
I think he's sometimes a liability as well when he does that, because on defense he'll get a block like I saw, and he just fell down. I don't know how he got a block on
I'm
Marcus
taking that right
Smart,
here.
and he just falls into the crowd, and he gets up a minute later, and he's just walking back, and then it's a fast break.
Yeah.
I see Marcus Smart driving, or Jaylen Brown. He was coming at Embiid all game.
Yeah.
He's got Embiid's number. Tatum does too. Tatum wants it because he didn't get enough MVP love. I think it relies on Tyrese Maxey.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
He needs to make his shots. He needs to play his defense. He covers Marcus. He's faster than Marcus. He kind of had that whole that Curry kind of thing where he's running around keeping him at helm, but then he just, I don't know. Harden had a bad game.
That's crazy. Yeah,
I
12
think-
points from Harden and 15 from Embiid.
Yeah, that's not
That
your
can't
1-2
happen.
punch,
Yeah.
especially when you want them
What
to
Tobias
score
Harris
70.
do?
He had 20.
20. If
He had 16.
16.
Tobias Harris can give you
Close enough.
15, 20 every night. That's all you ask from him.
They just
Low
got
team
a.
overall. I mean, dude, Jason Tatum had 7 points.
That's and he was in
That's
foul trouble
crazy.
all game in Boston too. I thought they were gonna whoop, but the key is to just keep it close.
Yeah.
Boston's
they're-
been falling apart.
They're the deepest team in the league, if you ask me. I thought the Clippers were, but in the playoffs still, the Celtics are definitely the deepest. And it's going to be tough for the Sixers to do that. But I think the Sixers will. They got home court now.
That's gonna be big.
Stole game 1 in Boston. I think it'll be.
Wells
It'll be
Fargo's
good-
gonna
it'll
be
be
loud.
It'll be a win for the Sixers.
What do you think about Heat Knicks?
Yeah, I think the Heat are going to the finals.
If
I don't
Jimmy
know. It
Butler
depends on Jimmy.
plays, Jimmy sprained
I'm
his
just calling it
ankle.
out there. That's the,
You think they beat the Sixers or the Celtics?
Or the Knicks.
Or the
1-1.
Knicks? Yeah, screw it, or the Knicks?
watch it, bro.
Jalen Brunson. I
Not
remember people
without Jimmy.
They were saying Jalen Brunson was
He's not
overpaid.
out, though, for that long.
Wow.
He might play Game 3. He might not. I remember
don't know.
that video of him smiling
A sprained ankle
in the
usually
garden.
takes like 3 to
That's
4
what I'm saying.
days.
It takes a couple, and even then, that first game back, whenever
I
I
never
would
said they're
see
winning.
Book come back after his ankle injuries, he's always off his game.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of
They're
how
never
stars are.
100% when they come back.
They always want to shoot the ball 20 plus times, and they'll make 8
You
to 24.
remember in the bubble, Jimmy Butler played like 45 minutes every single game and led them to the finals, but the Lakers beat them, obviously.
bubble ring.
Jimmy
bubble
Butler's
ring.
used to
Bubble ring,
asterisk.
Suns were 8-0. They were the bubble
Mickey Mouse.
champions.
Mickey
Jimmy
Mouse.
Butler's definitely used to getting a big load. Pause.
Pause.
But the Knicks,
Mouse ring.
the Knicks.
Mickey Mouse ring.
I think the Heat will be the Knicks.
Mickey Mouse.
I don't know.
Cy Young.
I'm going to say the Knicks in 7 on this one.
Knicks and
yeah.
7.
Especially because I think the ankle will be lingering Jimmy for the next 2 games, even if he is healthy. I think Brunson is
Yeah.
Actually,
get
yeah,
hurt,
I'm going to
yeah.
switch. I'm going to
dominating.
I'm going to say the Knicks win. Also,
I think Brunson has just been absolutely
In 7?
amazing this whole
Sure.
year, this whole playoffs. He dominates Lowry and Vincent and Max Strus.
Duncan
Josh
Robinson.
Hart's a huge role player this year. I'm super excited about their center. I love Mitchell Robinson.
And Isaiah Hartenstein's a beast off the bench
Mm-hmm.
too.
I think the Knicks will win it.
RJ
I
Barrett.
take them in
has been-
7.
RJ Barrett's been getting buckets. in the
Julius
playoffs.
Randle versus Embiid in the Eastern Conference Finals. I want to say the
Don't see
Sixers
the
win in
Knicks.
7, but I can't make a
I don't know.
prediction on that yet.
I would love to ask Lakers Warriors, but I think Preston doesn't put his bias aside very hard.
Let's hear it,
But
Preston.
Who wins it, Lakers Warriors?
I'll put my bias aside. I don't think the Warriors can like Kurt was saying. Anthony Davis is just going to go haywire, which he did last game. He had what?
I hate
20
to
and
say it.
30
He had
and 20?
20 and 10 at
I hate
halftime.
to say it, he says.
He had 20 and 10
Well,
at
that's
halftime.
not even for me. They were literally saying Looney and even Draymond, they just can't keep up.
Kevon can't keep up with AD.
And it'll come up to if Dennis Schroeder and Jared Vanderbilt can keep containing Stephen
Vanderbilt was all on Curry. I was shocked. That was their
He's-
primary defender on Curry, and he was hawking him.
was
He dropped
talking,
27 though.
Curry. And Klay Thompson.
He's gonna drop
He
that.
missed a lot of shots last game. If he can keep missing shots,
Yeah, but you can never rely on Clay.
You can
to keep
never
missing
rely on
shots.
he can have those games.
That's
where
how he
that's-
killed.
Well, you got one more at
everyone.
the Chase Center, right? Because isn't it 2 at Chase?
Tonight
2
at
LA?
home, and I think the Warriors are favored by like 7 right now.
Yeah,
There's-
I could go 7.
There is
I
no way
could
the
see that going
Lakers.
7.
There's no way the Lakers win
Yeah.
this game. I'm sorry. I really hope they do.
You don't
I'm
think they
Lakers
win
fan.
tonight?
I
I
don't
think,
think they
Warriors are going to give it their all at
That's
home right
interesting.
now.
I didn't think I would have heard you.
But
say
I do
that.
like the Lakers in that series.
Well, if you look at game
work
1,
better.
you have Anthony Davis. He's definitely probably not going to do better than
And
what he did.
I think the Lakers made like 5 or 6 3-pointers the entire game last
And
game.
LeBron James, he played like he normally does. He's not the guy anymore to drop 40, really. I mean,
No,
I know I'm not.
he's not.
Sorry,
He's
don't
just
call me
not.
Dylan Brooks. I'm not going to poke the bear, but I'm saying like he's mainly a 20 to 25 guy now. If
Yeah.
being honest.
Well, if you learned anything today, it's that LeBron's not that guy. May the 4th be
I
with
didn't
you.
say that. I
Liam
didn't
Hendricks
say
is
that.
back with the White Sox after beating cancer. Again, just a quick round of applause for him. Great to hear that he did that. and
F
healthy.
cancer, dude. F cancer.
Hopefully he comes back and he balls out. I will say fuck cancer. That's very true. Thank you very much for listening to
Amen.
episode
Go D-backs.
8
Go Suns.
of the Wildcard Podcast. For Kurt Arnold, Preston
not sure.
Grace, and Jason Cousineau, my name is James Mackey. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you in the next one.
Let Monty cook.
Deuces.
You've been listening to the Wildcard Podcast. Download and subscribe today on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.